This is a very interesting read. Okay, we're here to do Scorpio's read, and I was looking at it like the first thing I heard was a sheep in wolf's clothing, or it feels like protective energy. Now, the funny thing is, the universe and your guides are saying you're very protected. Okay, that's one thing. And I always, when I'm tuning into a zodiac sign prior to getting live, I usually get some synchronistic downloads. The one thing is, you could be feeling a little bit burnt out. You could be feeling maybe at war with your wellness, like you're having to do too many things. And it's almost like you want to go grab a cuppa. You want to, you don't want to worry about these things. You're trying to compartmentalize them. Here, I got the coffee. And we've got the wolf pair. You are protected and you are safe and protected at all times. And it does make sense. We've just gone through the eclipses. That does resonate for 6 months. So it's sort of like just because we've moved away from them, it doesn't mean to say they're not affecting us still. And at an aura energy kind of frequency thing, you guys particularly could be pretty tired and challenged to keep climbing up a hill. Now, spiritually inside your energy, you could be very psychic, and you guys are notorious for being very receptive to energy, but it's also very, very important within your wellness to actually protect your psychic energy, and that can be your crown chakra. Keep your fluid up and make sure that with whom you're around, the stronger you get as an empath, the better you get at letting people come in and letting people go out. It's like easy come, easy go. You guys are challenged to, this is a very interesting challenge for your star sign this year, including this month, which at the moment you could be posed with a string of realities where you're doing a 360. So you're considering other people's perspectives, you're considering things that are outside of the box, and you're being open-minded in your perspective. But again, as Neptune goes retrograde, there could be something that's hidden that's shown to you. And that can come anywhere between the first day of the month all the way to the 28th and beyond. I do feel where you are tapping into family, creativity, emotionally, maybe feeling protective of them, protective of you. There's something in your childhood, especially we can look at these transits at the moment to do with intimate wounds. It can be coming up, but again, you are protected. They're saying you're in the adult version of yourself and you're spiritually protected. Now, there's something to do with family and home, okay? It's like change is happening, rumbles under the ground. It's like, okay, am I stable? Am I safe? Is it going to be fine? How do I look at this? And I feel something's changing in you. And I feel because these changes are occurring both within your connections, your money, your value system, as well as yourself, you're kind of looking like, heck, what now? So there appears to be some tiredness and some nervousness. You have in the past had to be protective of yourself, but you are trying to keep an open mind when it does come to your future and your career. There could be a little bit of anger still lingering, one could say. And we will look at your past in a minute and we'll get a deeper context of it. I feel there's a lot changing. And it's almost like, I wouldn't say flashbacks, but it's like shutter speed. It's like things are coming up in your mind's eye. You're thinking of them. You're having breakthroughs. You're having like bold moments. There's a lot changing very quickly. And it's kind of like you sort of have this realization that on the path you're moving, it's going to be very changeable. And I think you're reaching an acceptance with it, but it's also, you're trying not to get into too much ego because you do feel something's changing. Now, that can be, again, in you and your value systems in your life. If you did particularly for a long time have a set genre to how things would be, and it was like, this is stable, this is not, this is hot, this is not, I think you're kind of realizing you got to move with the times, and you could be dealing with a circumstance where you're rebirthing in a renewal in it could be in a unique industry. It might be challenging a career and going in a completely different direction. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. But I do feel there's sudden changes. Now, the sudden changes can happen on the 3rd. They can happen as we move through for the first half of the month. And then it's doing a 360 and it's taking on a whole new resume. I also feel with the groups that you're mixing with, initially you might, there could be some misunderstandings, especially to do with your hopes and dreams. It's almost like, am I on the right path? Am I going the right way? But my guides are telling me, like, you guys are going for glory. You're going for the King of Wands. There's this ambition energy coming in you, and you're kind of questioning, can I have it all? Can I have a wonderful career, and can I have a fantastic love life? What if something changes? What if it shifts? And I feel you're just daring to dream. So we are in the King of Wands energy. moving forward. Now, I feel at the heart of the circumstance, you do want to be a partaker in a circumstance. You do want to be part of a circumstance, but there's tension running high, and there is something emotionally you're struggling with, and it could be something to do with upheaval. It's almost like, okay, well, if I go and do this, I've got this over here that I need to address, and it feels like some of your plans, you know, multitasking this month, 100%, I'd say keep organised for the 3 weeks. If you're wanting to, what the metaphorical analogy would be is have a bit of downtime, I would say definitely keep on the ball with what you need to catch up on. And then on the opposite side of that spectrum, further into the months, if there is any testing things, you can tackle them, but you also can have a little bit of time to recover. So I do feel restructuring going on in your life at the moment. I feel if there's a home environment that you need to address, it could be a conversation piece with individuals that may come up and you might need to kind of tackle that. You could feel a bit nervous as to how it's going to happen. I also feel with friendship groups, I feel you're going to have direct communication. There might have been a few crosswise and you're thinking, I really want to dig in the deep and actually mull through that. I also feel if there was a question mark as to travel, I feel some of you could be actually broaching that, but it can be, hey, at a drop of a hat you need to, or you could be getting some information to do with the contract coming through. It might, again, I just see something to do with clashing, but thinking outside the box. There could be a bit of a negotiation to do with that. That could be time away from work. It could be how we're going to move this. And it also could be you looking at the style of work and how you're implementing it. Anything from blogging, advertising, education, training people. It just feels you're going to be doing a different role. Now, for some of you, this could be where life is taking you is the bigger picture. Now, that can be, how would I explain it? It can be larger than life. It can be something to do with your path in life you're moving into. For some of you, I see a group of people around you now. This could be having a catch up, socializing with them, discussing maybe a plan. This could be a business launch for some of you, but it feels whatever it is quite large, and it's larger than life, and it's really going to take you quite a way. You do have the ability to manifest cash in this month, but I feel, you know, don't go to extremes where it is all to do with that. I think look at the actual attribute of creativity, and that's going to keep the harmony inside of your life. Pardon me. Okay, with wheel. I feel you're going from, pardon me, it's almost like you're nervous to talk to somebody. This always comes through when it's like, I've got to have that conversation. Whatever this is, it's large, and it's almost like you feel it's an opportunity of a lifetime, but you don't want to muck it up. Whatever this is, it's really exciting. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to jump in the deep end of this, but it's going to mean something has to go by the wayside. If you're having that argument in your head and there's conflict, some of you there could be conflict at home, some of you there could be conflict with a friend. I feel these hurdles that you jump through, it's very temporary and it's going to get solved. But I also feel if you're, you know, wondering how to navigate this process, I feel there can be the internal arguments of the mind. It's like, okay, what is the best role? What is the safest kind of road that I go down? I'll pull clarify because it's sort of like beautiful energy coming through, but there's a lot of anxiousness in the circumstance. Oh God, why is yours coming through this way? Some of you, it may be that something comes to your head and there might be a piece of information that comes to you and it takes you kind of at left field. You're not really expecting, and there could be a circumstance where it's left and right. This could be a conversation piece with a group of people, and it may be, well, okay, that doesn't resonate with you. This is my value system. This could be for some of you a discussion to do with children in the mix of a romantic connection and what is going to work and what is not. For those of you who that applies, leave what doesn't land. Yes, something in the mix of a value system. It's like, no, this is how, too many. This is how I see it. Okay, so yeah, it's like you need to say something. You're keeping something close to your chest. For some of you, you're keeping your love and truth secret. Like, that's my business. That's how I feel. And it also could be the communication stop. Something may be happening on their side of the fence and it's going to directly impact you. Yeah, okay. Okay, for some of you, there can be a large sum of money coming in. But I also feel there could be an interference. It feels there's an interference. I do feel you guys are going to have a conversation to do with it, whoever this love interest is. You're leaving behind something that doesn't resonate with you. Now, the past, it's like, okay, for some of you, you've had to be thinking on your feet. And I really feel Saturn going retrograde is going to benefit you. And I do feel particularly because for you guys, especially from your cards that I'm looking at, when it does come to home and family and stresses and obligations and expectations, you've had to be really resourceful. It might have been that you had to raise yourself. It might have been you had to, you know, jump in the deep end to be the be all and end all. And I feel, you know, you had to give. And you did do it out of love. You did do it out of, it's funny. Sometimes we'll have a situation where we can really do well when we've got lots of problems around us. And then suddenly when we can focus on ourselves, it's like we actually get quite scared in that process. And I think it's really interesting to see how we can relate to that circumstance. So I kind of see you realizing in the past there has been a lot. Yeah, there's been great things. There's been hard things. There's been subjects to do with wealth and values. There might have been something to do with a party that you're walking away from. It could have been a circumstance, a gathering. And I think, again, you're kind of compartmentalizing, you know, whatever this is, this anniversary could be of a past one, a loved one that's passed over. I feel you've learned something from it, but your attitude is different, whatever this is in the mix. Okay, some of you are hearing something. Like I said, you're going to hear something. You're not going to be happy about it, but you're rising above it. Oof, okay, you may have a lot to say. You might have a lot to say in this. This can be to do, oh God, what's this to do with? Okay, this can be a group environment. This might be at a family gathering. Oh, God. Whatever this is, it is going to the past. So we're going to leave it be where it is. We're going to come back to it. I might pull a clarifier before we leave it. Someone's telling a porcupine here, and you're like, I'm not even going to bother. You know, some more information's coming out, so you kind of compartmentalized it. There could be 3 energies involved in that circumstance. Yeah, you just, there's something after a situation that some information's hidden, but it's coming to the forefront. It can be to do with money. But you're going to hear gossip, especially if there was a question mark over a party. There's information coming out. Now, you're moving towards your soul purpose, okay? So you've got the whale, which is very family and tribe orientated. It's also with the water analogy. It can be very deep and very spiritual. It's your spiritual path you're moving on to. You're looking at your own personal purpose. It's like, okay, I'll go find my tribe. And I think that's a collective energy coming out this month. It's almost like sometimes we're trying to be something for everyone. And then we have this 360 and we realize that we can be ourselves and we directly will attract a person who's meant to be in our life. You know, what is meant to be is meant to be. And so we're no longer being something based on every human being's expectation because we physically can't. We're realizing that we are beautiful and unique in our own light. And that is the beauty of finding tribe because we've found ourselves. So I feel you're moving on to your purpose. And I feel if somebody's projecting, you're overcoming this feeling of appeasing people. Okay, well, I'm trying to make you happy. I can't make you happy. I feel there's somebody over here, a group of people over here that have a perspective to do with you, but you're seeing the bigger picture. So if this is a plan, a project, a creative situation that you're dealing with, I feel you're keeping it hush hush. You have the intuitive energy and you're trusting it. The other thing is inside a romantic connection, if there was conflict inside a family related dynamic, you again compartmentalizing. You're like, I know how this is going to go. It's not going to be pretty. And you're seeing the future. So I feel while this situation is percolating over here like coffee, you're kind of over here. And funny enough, coffee, actually in spiritual terms, whenever we see a synchronicity, which I'm calling a synchronicity out at the moment, coffee in the spiritual community, I have mentioned your psychic because you got the faith card. You got the faith card again, past, present, future. Coffee protects you against psychic attacks. Okay, so if someone's projecting, you're going to get the toots up. You're going to get the dramas coming. You spiritually are focused on your path. There was a male energy. Somebody's guiding you at the moment, and I feel it's a male energy. This could have been an elder, but I do feel this person's transcended over. And I feel from that date, if you can think back to that date, to where you stand now, for some of you it's male, for some of you it might have been they were embodying a lot of masculine energy. So this could be a father, a brother, an uncle. It also can be a feminine energy that embodied a lot of masculine energy. So they were very strong. They were very gentle. They were in the King of Cups, right? What I'm being shown is you're kind of looking at life through their eyes and you feel very protected. They may come into your dream state, and I feel they have a cryptic message for you. Something to do with your career and love life and who you need to be in this world is getting shattered like the serpent rising. Now, you may have two paths. You may be confused. For some of you, you could have two options, two love interests, two ways the situation can go. Your loved one on the other side is saying your life and your path, okay, they can be saying career as well. Your life and your path moving forward is very protected. They're also saying it's in your DNA, it's in your destiny. So something, it could be, for some of you, it could be a spiritual connection. But I'm also seeing there could be something that you're setting up is going to stand the test of time. And I think this is quite cryptic. It's almost like it's almost ushering that in, but understanding that what you guys are trying to say is this is going to go quite well. Leave the haters to the left. Go to the right. You know, keep your ascended energy correct and keep going, because, again, I do think you're protected. I think you're going to stick up for yourself, but I actually think there are people in the 3D that actually have your back and they love you. Okay, whatever this is going to be quite big. Some people are going to be a bit, I just heard the term jelly, and it's like they're going to be jealous of you. Rather than seeking a cure, I'll address vibrational causes. We can't change who people are, accept them, right? I do feel, again, one thing that my guides were showing me is if you feel a bit funky and you're a feminine and you think you need a fem check, this is not medical advice. It is showing, yeah, if you got any curious energy and situation going on, Mercury direct, go check it out, okay? Some of you, I feel you might find out you're pregnant. Some of you, that's what's been shown to me. Be careful. Can't be careful, boy. Okay, you need to block out the white noise. You know, leave the naysayers behind, ignore the naysayers, protect your energy, don't let it affect you. The only time it can affect you is when you give it permission. So if they're saying you're never going to do that, you're never going to have a relationship, you're never going to be successful, you're never going to lose weight. Well, after a while, if you hear it long enough, it is permission-based. And I was like, okay, then, that's cool. That's a very interesting perspective you have. And it's not to prove to them, but that's about them. Okay, so whatever this is, because something's really testing you, feel no need to appease the group and be okay to be you, because I do feel what they're saying is you have a lucky streak here, and I really want you guys to grab it, because I do feel this month overall, remember, we do have challenges, but I do think whatever you're going towards, guys, you really have some luck, and you've got some beautiful energy coming through. Okay, 3 cards. Anything else that we need to... yeah, you don't want to scrape at the bottom of the barrel. I can see that now. You're going for glory and riches, and there's a deep potential, but whatever you're creating, it is for long-term stability, not instant gratification. Go easy on the shopping cart this month, Scorpio, okay? That can be with food or clothing. Just go easy. It's what's happening on the inside that counts. And I feel you could be going to extremities. Just be careful. Okay, you can be signing a contract. Cross your T's and dot your I's. Do the right thing. Yeah, you're not, like I said, you are so tired. Some of you are going to get a pay rise. Some of you are like, you know what, I'm not living at the bottom of the barrel anymore. You're trusting your instincts. And I feel you're finding a way. And if it means, I mean, you are going to work hard. I don't know why I'm hearing this all. Work hard, play hard. Yeah, you have this very interesting energy. It's all or nothing. We have the foundation, the Four of Swords. You're like, if I have to pause, it'll be to breathe. And I am going to do everything I can to make this happen. And so, you know, if you have been a bit burnt out, take a mini rest. You're actually going to be more productive. And with this love interest, I think if anything, it may be that this moves quicker, but there's something there in the mix that's set to change this month. And it could take you a little bit by surprise. Just go easy, especially if you are in a romantic connection and there's been tension. It can be particularly that they're changing, but the dynamic is changing. And for those of you that are single, get ready. Change is afoot. Yeah. Be open to it. You've got to be open to it. Because there is change afoot. It's not personal. It's going to be great. Be open to it. You have a wonderful opportunity here. Love and light. I'll see you soon.